Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 8. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. And I'm going to repeat that. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. Each of us, think about it. Let your minds just sit here and just think for a minute. Truly, ask yourself, truly, how well do we truly understand Jesus' power? Come on, think about it. Because see, there's a lot of us come through certain times that we know, we speak of it. We repeat his stories all the time. We love reading the stories in the Bible of his miracles that he does. And we tell everybody about it. But how well do we, our own selves and our mind, truly trust and believe in the almighty power that he possesses and that he can do? I ask that because it seems by your mouth, when it comes to your times of trouble, sorrow, heartache, losses, horrific things that happen in your life, that you forget the almighty power of God and all that he can do. We let our doubt, we let our fear come in, we let the enemy consume our mind and our thoughts, that we push aside just how great and mighty powerful God truly is. We forget. This man, being a Gentile who was not a witness to a lot of these things, but only heard of what God can do, had so much faith and trust that he just said, God, all you have to do is just open your mouth and speak, and it is so. Yet some of us are witnesses, actual eyewitnesses to the great and mighty power of what he has done for others. But yet when it comes to ourselves, we place doubt, we place fear, overtakes us. We let the enemy consume our mind and think that we are not worthy of the things that he can do. Or we may have trust and may believe and seen that he has done for other people, but we allow the enemy to think, to make us think, that we ourselves are not worthy of the things that God can do. But we forget. We can sit here and say, because of how great and mighty God is, because he is marvelous. There isn't a word strong and mighty enough to describe God. There really isn't. So we have to use these mundane words such as amazing, because they cannot compare to how mighty God is. We couldn't even phantom a word worthy enough to describe all that God is. But yet, we sit here and we allow our own mind and our own thoughts to think that we're not worthy. Because truly, when we think about it, we're really not. Not all that he has done, not all that he can do. Now that's with our own mind, that's with our own thinking. But what does God think? Let me tell you what our mighty and powerful God thinks. He thinks that we were so worthy that he gave his only begotten son to be killed, mocked, beaten, and slaughtered for us. So we can sit here, where a lot of us, I know there's a lot of preachers and teachers that says we're not worthy, because we're not. We're not worthy. But we are so worthy. And maybe when we go and say this is the enemy talking, and we need to stop saying such things. Because even though it is true, because of how much and all that he does for us, we could not begin to fathom just how much he does on a daily basis for us. We don't even know the third of all that he sacrifices for us. All that he does, all the love he continuously pours out on us on a daily basis. All that he does. We would truly never be able to comprehend and understand the things that he does for us every minute, every second, every hour, every day, every month, every year, every week. We would never know. So we could truly say that we honestly are not worthy. But we truly need to stop saying that. Why? Because God says otherwise. He's saying you are worthy for my love. You are worthy to keep living, because it keeps allowing us to live, even though we have done nothing but destructive to everything that he's ever created, including ourselves. We throw away his love as if it was nothing. We are careless with his miracles and his blessings. But yet he still keeps pouring them out on us. Why? Because he deems that we are worthy. He sees that we are worthy. Why? I have no idea why. Only God knows. But I do know that he believes that we are worthy of his love, because he keeps giving it to us. So maybe it is wrong for us to keep saying, even though it's true, that we are not worthy. Because that is what the enemy is using against us. That when we come to certain things, we keep believing and understanding that we are not worthy, and we doubt ourselves, we doubt God's love for us, and we turn away. The enemy is using the truth, just like he uses God's words, which is truth, and he twists it and uses it against us. He using our truth that we are not worthy of God and his almighty, but he is taking that truth and is using it against us. That we need to start saying, God finds me worthy. Instead of saying that I am worthy, because we're not. We need to change that so that the enemy can stop using it against us and start speaking that God says I'm worthy. God knows I'm worthy. God sees that I'm worthy. So that we can conquer that mindset that the enemy keeps keeping us trapped in. So when we're not sitting there and just lost in this train of thought and not overcoming what we should be overcoming. So we can keep the faith. We need to remember who he is. That all he has to do is just speak the word. That his word, that when he spoke, the word created everything. He spoke and it was done. He spoke, boom, there was light. He spoke, boom, he parted the waters. He spoke and there it was. How mighty and powerful just his words are. So powerful, so mighty. And he believes that we are worth it. He seems fit to find us worthy of all that he wants to give us. So we need to not lean on our own thoughts and our own doubts and fears, because they're not all of us. That's from the enemy, trying to keep us from the truth. And the truth is that God believes that we are worthy of his love.